What have I been playing? What have I been watching? What have I been reading? Let's go. Ah, damn it. Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel, Bambi Knows. Still got my cough, so apologies in advance if you're listening with headphones on or the volume turned up. There might be the coughing outburst during the duration of this video. Disclaimer, okay? And it's getting on my nerves. I'm the worst when I'm ill. I'm like a big baby. I've got no patience. I just want to get better, you know? I want to get back into training. Basically, walking up the stairs, I'm short of breath just walking up the bloody stairs. Anyway, what have I been playing? What have I been watching? And what have I been reading? Bambi Knows. Quite a funny week, actually. So, if you're new around here, guys, this is a video where I just talk about, it's like a weekly recap on what I've been playing, watching, reading, okay? So stay, it's very interesting, there will be a test at the end, okay? Yeah, quite an interesting week. I haven't played, I gamed a bit last Sunday, I did Monday, Mortal Commandos. I did not play anything Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. Very rare, but that's a will I've been, okay? Just haven't been able to face it, you know? Just been feeling sorry for myself. But I have managed to play quite a few games. Pretty much yesterday I had a bit of a gaming day, I suppose. So let's get into it. So let's go from last Monday then. I did Mortal Commandos. So I'm playing, it's a short series I'm doing. Maybe I'll continue it. It's where, it doesn't have to be Injustice 2, it's where I challenged myself to get either Sub-Zero or Raiden, or both, up to level 30, which is the maximum level in this game your character can get to, before Mortal Kombat 1 comes out. So it's out in mid to late February, mid to late September. Sorry, there's the cough. I do apologise. And I'm really enjoying the challenge, you know. And last week we got, I've written it down here, we got Sub-Zero. We're getting there, right, guys? He was level 27. I managed to get him up to 28, but it's a good 28 and a half. So we're only 1.5 levels away from maximum, getting him to level 30, you know. So I'm quite excited about that. And I believe tomorrow, I finish work an hour early tomorrow, so I finish work at 9 o'clock, not 10 o'clock. So I plan tomorrow evening to get my boy Sub-Zero up to level 30, so I'm really happy about that. And we also had a more productive evening with Raiden. I'm getting used to his controls. At first I didn't enjoy playing with him at all. But yeah, he's growing on me. He's definitely growing on me. We got him from level 7. He's up to level 10 now. So that's... Sorry. Level 10 is respectable. But obviously, I think when you get to level 20, it's a grind. Every single level is a grind, you know. So it doesn't sound like Sub-Zero did that much. He went up by 1.5 levels, where Raiden did 3 levels. That's 3. But no, it's a grind. So I do plan, my main focus tomorrow night will be Sub-Zero to level 30. I'll be so happy once I've done it. Maybe with Mortal Commandos. I got asked in my Ask Tony yesterday. Shout out everyone that asked me questions, really appreciate it. And shout out all my subscribers. We're over 800 subscribers. Still can't believe it, guys. I think it was Pazman90 asked, will I be live streaming the story mode? Maybe I can incorporate that into Mortal Commandos. But let's be honest, I'm not going to be able to just play once a week. So I want to keep that series going. I'll have a Mortal Kombat theme. Or the other option is to keep playing this game. I want to maximize, that's the word, I want to maximise all the roster to level 30. I don't think anyone's ever done it. I know I'll be in the Guinness Book of Records, you know. And then on my gravestone, they'll have Tony. Yes, it's Tony Fighter, the one who completed Injustice 2. I got my notes, so I'm not texting away, like. So I also played, I must have played this last Sunday maybe, the Final Fantasy 16 demo. I'm quite impressed. It's very different. It doesn't, I'm an hour in. I don't know how long the demo goes for. I've been told that you can save your character progress if you choose to buy the game. You can transfer your character over, which is pretty cool. So that does tell me you could probably come play it for a couple of hours. Story seems interesting so far. Doesn't really feel like a Final Fantasy game, in my opinion. I've never actually finished a Final Fantasy game as well. So yeah, I'm on the fence with it. Maybe I'll wait for it to come down in sale. I'll get it one day, you know. So I'm impressed so far. Then I played a little bit of this yesterday afternoon. I don't know. If it wasn't the Ninja Turtles, I probably wouldn't like it. It's still early days in it. I just wish there was more attacks you could do, maybe combos. Maybe you unlock them as you go. But my imaginary friend Chris, shout out my imaginary friend Chris, he did warn me when I nearly picked it up. I nearly picked it up for £20 before. And he said I wouldn't recommend it for £20. It's definitely a one and done kind of game where you want to play it once and never go back to it. But then I saw it for £12 and he said, oh yeah, it's definitely worth £12. But so far it's okay, but I literally did a stage and turned it off and went on to something else, you know. So I don't know, does it get better, guys, as the game progresses? I had more fun playing Turtles in Time, you know. What else? Digital game, Quake 2. I think I've had my money's worth out of that. The main campaign, so is it the PC game, I finished that. I finished the N64 version. I'm doing the DLCs. There's quite, the one thing is, I'm not sure which one it's called. There's a couple of new weapons, which is quite interesting. But other than that, I think I think I'm done with Quake 2 yesterday. I was playing it thinking, nah, I'm ready for something else, you know. So, but for $7.99, I give it a 9 out of 10. Really, really would. I grew up with Quake. It's one of my favourite first-person shooters of all time, you know. Red Dead Redemption 2, played that yesterday afternoon, and I want to say it's probably been almost 2 weeks since I played it, but the story's progressed quite nicely now. Like, if you played it before, I'm on my first playthrough now. I'm miles ahead of where I was last time, where we've moved. Basically, there's a big shootout in Valentine, and the boss guy says we can't go back there, kind of thing. A bit disappointing. So we gone a bit further south, and literally a couple of minutes, ride your horse a couple of minutes south, feels like, and now we're in a different climate. It's all boiling hot, so you have to take your jacket off and stuff like that. It's a beautiful little camp by the lake, so I'm enjoying it, but I'm not rushing through it. I did play it for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours yesterday. Yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying that game. Okay, and oh yes, I'm back, baby. Street Fighter 6. So I was stuck on World Tour mode. I thought I'd had enough. I thought I'm done with World Tour mode, and I took the advice of, I think it was Pazman90. Shout out Pazman90. I took his advice. I was stuck on this character. He's level, I think, 38, and when I first tried to fight him, he's the main story character as well, so to progress in World Tour mode you have to beat this guy. And I just put it on yesterday, and I thought I've kind of forgotten the controls. I thought, let's see how I do, and I got his health down. So rewind, I was level 40, he was level 38 and he kicked my ass. Then I thought, what I'll do, this is the way I am, I level my character up to level 60. So I'll be like a god. It'll be like 5 or 6 hits and he'll be dead. So I put in the hours, the grind. I am really enjoying World Tour mode though. Metro City is beautiful, right? And so I did everything. I think I probably gone down every single alleyway, climbed everything you can climb in that game so far, right? And I went back to him and he kicked my ass again. I was like, what? It was so infuriating. So that I didn't quit. I thought I'll come back to it. So last night I came back to it. Didn't do any practice fights, went straight into him, and the advice I had was to use, I forgot, you can pause mid-fight, maybe it's cheating, you can like pause it, or bring up your menu, and drink energy drinks which replenish your health. So I got him down to half health before he even hit me. I thought this is the best I've ever played against this character. Okay, I might have been spamming the odd move here or there. But then he started kicking my ass again. Pause, energy drink, replenish my health, beat him. Oh, I'm 1-0 up. Beat him again, happy days. So I'm chapter well on my way into chapter 13 now, and I know there's 15 chapters, so I'm going to play that today. This will probably be my main focus going forward. So maybe next week I might have finished it, or maybe I'll hit a roadblock and want to level my character up again. So currently I'm level 61 as I film in this video. But yeah, excellent game if you haven't played it, guys. Because I've just been playing arcade mode with the fight stick, so very different controls and stuff with the World Tour mode. I did notice as well, I went into the hub mode. I didn't see one person with the Ninja Turtles outfit on. The last time I went in, it was about a third people had the Ninja Turtles, so maybe they priced themselves out of the market. I went looking, not one. I saw loads of blankers. I saw some of the most unusual looking costumes I've ever seen. Some people I didn't know, they were just standing. I didn't know which was the front or which was the back. Some of these crazy character creations out there. Yeah, so well done. But yeah, I'm back, baby, with Street Fighter. I didn't even say it's 4. Street Fighter 6 Bambinos. So that's all I've played. But it's still quite a lot, isn't it, considering how ill I've been. I know a lot of people can play games in their ill, I can't. What have I been watching? So now, my gaming's gone down, but my watching has gone up, which you'll see in a sec. You can tell I've been ill, you know. I binge watched I really enjoy on Netflix, the Untold series. Is anyone else watching them? It's mainly sports documentaries. It's kind of some stories you haven't heard of. Like, I heard of Malice in the Palace, the basketball one, where it was like the players are like jumping into the crowd to fight the crowd. It was crazy. I remember reading that in the magazines back in the day when I was really into my NBA. But yeah, it's a documentary on that. Basically, it gives you the insider perspective. But I watched a new one called Untold: Swamp Kings, and it's about the Florida Gators. Again, American football is not my thing at all. I still don't know what the hell's going on. But it's a 4-part series. I think it's the only Untold where they had a little bit of a series. Really, really good, really enjoyable. I think if a documentary is done right, I can watch a documentary on pretty much anything, you know. They had all these other players, coaches. They had, I think, news broadcasters, all remembering they went on a bit of a run. They had 4 years of crazy success, and then it all kind of just fell apart, kind of thing. So it's like the rise and then the fall, kind of thing. But I really enjoyed it. Okay. I pressed something here. What else? I finished watching this morning, actually. Again on Netflix, American Manhunt: The Boston Marathon Bombing. Wow, we all know the story of, I'm not sure what year it was, 10 years ago was it, where I've always enjoyed running. I can sit down and watch like mainly the London Marathon because we have great footage here in the UK of the London Marathon, so I really enjoy watching that. But the Boston, I remember it was like by the finish line, the sneaky fuckers, they put 2 bombs, these terrorists, put 2 bombs by the finish line, but just enough distance apart to cause as much chaos and terror as they possibly could. And it's very clever how they got caught. Very clever how they were like sent. They had to go through like hours and hours of footage. And of course, everyone is even worse now with everyone's got a mobile phone. But like they were checking CCTV angle from this direction, then someone took a photo from this direction, and there was a person filming from this direction, and they had to review all this. So very clever people involved in catching them. But then when they were on the manhunt, there is a movie on it as well. But the movie's very Americanized, of course it is. Good old USA. But I gotta be honest, right? When they're chasing down the younger brother, so his older brother's been killed, he's taken care of, but they want to catch this guy in custody. So he escapes from his car, and there's a lockdown in Boston, and they're like, this guy's got away. They're looking, so nobody's allowed on the streets. So they're looking for these people, and they're looking like in his university dorm. They are clever people, but the police, I'd almost be embarrassed how close, where they've had his car, 1 block away is where he was hiding in that boat. Now in the movie, they don't make it look as silly as that, how easy he should have been caught within 20 minutes. But no, it was a guy had to, like, the owner of this boat, your boat's fucked by the way, mate. He was hiding in like under a tarp in this boat, and the guy, he says, there's blood outside. He phones the police, and it turns out to be the guy. I thought that was very interesting, and the people are trying to say how clever we are, but I thought you can't, like, there's one news reporter, so he didn't have an agenda. He was like, I'd be embarrassed. So I'm with him. It is a tiny little bit embarrassing on the police, whoever's responsible for that. But I did enjoy it. It was very, very interesting, and these horrible 2 brothers, you know. Prime, I watched because I've really been struggling to sleep. I've been going to sleep because I'm medicated. I take tablets to sleep, right? And if I can't sleep, I take more tablets until I sleep. But no, we've all had chesty coughs. I'm sleeping, and then I'm coughing like that, and my chest is making a funny noise when I'm breathing. Better now, but it's like the noise, it's not snoring, it's like the noise of me breathing is keeping me awake. It's so frustrating. So I watched a movie on Prime called, it's a terrible movie, I don't know why I watched it, called Space Truckers, and it's starring Dennis Hopper. Oh yeah, I like Dennis Hopper. It's I think it's 1997, so late 90s. All the CGI, the cheap ass CGI is in it. Yeah, it's a silly, it starts off violent. It's a silly film, but I don't know, it was either just lie there or watch a silly film and switch off kind of thing. So it did its job, you know. So I watched that on Prime, Space Truckers. Do I recommend it? If you can't sleep, yeah, stick it on. Sorry guys, nearly there. This week's on YouTube, so I've always got YouTube on. This week's video of the week is found a new channel. Again, I will tag them in the description. Is Frumious Gaming. Frumious Gaming. And the video is, very good video, 6 fighting games for beginners, a noob's perspective. So he actually talks about 7 games. I'm not going to spoil the video. He talks about how to get into fighting games, basically. So it can be a bit daunting, right? But I couldn't agree more with him. He talks about all these games. The only spoiler I'll say is the 6th game is Street Fighter 6, and he talks about modern controls, and I really agree. I've been trying to explain to people, don't diss the modern controls. It's going to bring new people into the fighting game community. I think that's what Capcom's plan was. it just shows that the fighting game community should be for everyone, not all the toxic people and, oh, you got an easy mode, fuck off, do you know what I mean? It's about having fun, not about showing how good you are all the time, you know. Someone might be better than you, good for you, kind of thing. But yeah, I really enjoyed the video. But he does talk about another game, and he says that this is the game that got me into the fighting game community. But I won't spoil it. Definitely go check out that video. I'll tag the channel in the description below. I think it's his latest video on there, okay? So 6 fighting games for beginners in noob's perspective, okay? And books. I finished Nigel Benn's book. Again, I've read it before. I read it over 10 years ago. Very good read. It's interesting now. You could almost add another couple of 100 pages to that with what's going on with his son. But I suppose that's Conor Benn's story, you know. But yeah, really good book. I don't know if it's easy to come by. It was back in the day anyway. It was everywhere, this book was. Yeah, strongly recommend that. And I'm going to show this book off again in a pickups video. I've got 3 new things I've bought on eBay. I've got 1 I've ordered. I've actually got 1 Grail, just off the camera, and I've ordered my Holy Grail for the PSP. It is a North American copy because they're not cheap. They're completely out of stock in CEX. Oh, I'm so happy. So this is something I'm going to show off on pickups, but I'm going to read this. This is my book of the week for this week. It's volume 4, Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games. Maybe it's a guilty pleasure, I don't know. I spoke about, obviously, 1, 2, and 3. Really good. It's about, I think it's 4 of them at this point, where these girls are in a boarding school, and video games are forbidden, and it's quite a prestigious boarding school. And one of the girls is, her past is, she was very competitive with fighting games, and she was like the best player of her friends group, but then she had to give up because she had to work really hard to get into this school, so she gave up playing any video games, but she really misses fighting games in particular. And there's this other girl then, like she's the prettiest girl in the class or the school, and she's like straight A student. And one night, the gamer girl then, she hears a noise. She goes to the toilet or something, and she hears a noise coming from down this corridor. She goes, "Oh, what's that noise? There shouldn't be anyone down here." She goes down and she peeks in, and it's that Miss Poplar, and she's playing with a fight stick. I think she's got the Mad Catz TE2, and she's like playing the game, and it's not an official game that they're playing. It's like an imaginary game. So she's like playing, she's popping off and stuff, and she opens the door and they like make eye contact, and they're like, it becomes basically, she's like, "You're into fighting games?" And she goes, "Oh, please don't tell on me," kind of thing. So they become instant best friends kind of thing. And the first couple of books are about their little secret of playing fighting games in a school where they're not allowed. They'll get thrown out of the school if they get caught. But it's like they're falling asleep in class, and they're getting the gamer girl's a lot better, so she's training her new friend Miss Poplar up on how to play fighting games. But then in volume 3, there's another 2 girls come on the scene as well. I won't spoil it too much, but they're in a tournament, and yeah, it's really good fun. I really like it. If you're half interested in fighting games, I strongly recommend that, okay? I think there's 5 volumes up, and I bought that was £5. It's pre-owned, believe it or not. That looks brand new, and it's £10 on Amazon or £5 on eBay. I found it's just selling. Happy days. Cool. So that is what I've been playing, what I've been watching, what I've been reading. I'm gonna cough. Oh, sorry. Oh gosh, alive a lord. Yeah, don't worry, you can't catch it. You're safe, you're safe. Yeah, so I'm gonna have a nice productive day now, I hope. Anyway, might do a video later with my games room. I'm gonna swap things around, and when I make it more accessible to play my PS2 or my Xbox 360, they're not connected to my telly, so I'm going to bring my telly, I think, from my bedroom back in here. I'll talk about it in another video. Maybe I'll do that later today. Maybe it'll go up today or later on in the week. I don't know. Okay, that's enough rambling. If you made it to the end, you are blessed with a great week. Thank you very much for watching. Love you. Bye.